Have you ever maybe been like a tattoo competition or something like that, or like do you want to get into like a tattoo competition?
The only competition that I was in, which it doesn't really have to do with tattoos, it was to be on the cover of the Ink magazine.
Oh, fire! Okay, tell us about that.
I didn't win, but it's cool. You know, everything happens for a reason.
Right.
But that one, it was basically to be on the cover, and it wasn't showing like you can tattoo. It was showing like basically that you have tattoos. So it was a bit hard because it was like girls from like everywhere worldwide, and more girls like had more tattoos than me. Others didn't have tattoos at all, which was weird because it was a tattoo competition.
Right.
But when I ended up getting into the semifinals, I didn't pass on to the next round because I was first, and then
I actually saw that. I saw that.
But it was weird because I had like organic votes. Like I had real people voting for me. Some of these girls had people paying for them.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Paying for themselves. So not usually, but when in the competition, if you paid more, obviously you're gonna go up.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
The real votes. So I ended up losing, but it's cool.
I mean, even though you lost, like, did you still gain a lot of knowledge and get maybe some exposure from that whole experience?
Yes, I did gain a lot of knowledge. I know, what people are attracted to.
Yeah.
And basically these high-end companies, what they're basically looking for and stuff like that. So I did learn. But
you probably got this a lot. You probably people told you this, but I don't know if that show's still going on. But I think it is. Ink Master.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever told you like to try to get on that show, or like really try to like, get your brand like really out there, because you're already doing a great job on Instagram, but almost like getting on a big platform, like being on television.
I would like to be on TV. Maybe try to have my own show. I would try to be on Ink Master too, but that would be like difficult because, like I said, I'm still new to the game. There's a lot for me to learn.
Right.
And these people that are on the show are like pros. So
Yeah, like they have their own tattoo studios for years, and like they've done a lot of stuff. So yeah, I can see why it's a little difficult.
Yeah, but I would love to do it. Maybe if I had the chance to, I would definitely do it.
What's some good like tattoo content that like you've seen either like on social media or on TV that like you kind of tune into a lot?
The what?
Some like tattoo content, like some tattoo shows or stuff like that. They like seeing personally.
I guess I don't really, to be honest, I'm a tattoo artist, but I don't really watch tattoo shows.
Okay, interesting.
The most that I've seen is How Far is Tattoo Far.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Yeah,
that show's hilarious.
Like, but other than that, like I don't watch like Black Ink. I don't watch like Ink Master. Like I know about it.
Yeah,
it's not something I don't tune into it because most of the time I'm just trying to like focus on me getting better.
Because you already have a YouTube page up, would you ever consider maybe like documenting like your tattoo, like you doing a tattoo on somebody and like putting it up as content?
Yes, I was actually trying to do that, but I was trying to get like better equipment because
right.
like, doing it with my phone is cool and all, but sometimes I need my phone and I need to make calls and stuff like that. So I'm definitely trying to invest in getting cameras and stuff. So
right.
I can just sit the camera down and just record everything that I'm doing.
Would you maybe consider hiring a videographer for that type of stuff?
The person that actually does it is my boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
Now, I don't really know anyone else that does like create videos and stuff like that. Last time I encountered like photographers and video people, they kept some of my content, like, and this was like way before I started tattooing. Like I was like modeling for a little, and it was me and my friend modeling, and he never sent me any of my friend's pictures, and he kept some of my pictures, so it was weird.
That is, yeah, it's kind of weird.
Like, I found someone that can actually, be like keep their word and be professional and stuff. So that's something I have to look forward to and do my research. Right.
Now, if you ever need any videographers or photographers, I know a lot of my friends do really professional stuff like that. So just hit me up after the show and if you ever have any questions about that.
Right.
Yeah, but I definitely think that like doing like content, like tattoo content it's really cool. Like, it's like hip, popular. Like a lot of people love the idea of tattoos, even if they don't have it. And you have a good face for TV and for YouTube and stuff like that. So I feel like that would kind of work really well with your brand for the most part.
Can you repeat that? Because it froze again.
Oh my bad, yeah, it froze over here too. Now I was gonna say you should definitely go into like the content piece of like video of like of videoing like the tattoo process because a lot of people like are very into that. So I feel, and you have a good face for YouTube and TV too. So I feel like that would like really work really good with your brand if that's something you really want to like take seriously moving forward.
Yeah, I do. I want to post more content, like me doing the tattoo, the process of like how we prepare everything. Because a lot of times, like for example, like when I first started learning how to tattoo, not even before I even said like I want to do tattoos, I was like looking like how do you start tattoos? How do you like get the supplies ready? And I could never find like content, like the proper content. And if I did find content, it was probably like years ago, and it'll be like this old man like teaching or something. I don't know. It was like
Yeah,
weird, but like I would like to do that, show my content, and keep it more like younger and hipper.
right.
Because like when I had put a YouTube video of a day of my life as a tattoo artist, and someone actually commented and they said that this is like the content that they were looking for because usually what they would search, it wouldn't be like people that look like them or like young people. It would be like old people with their like old school tattoos. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
It wasn't
So I
relatable.
wanna, huh?
It wasn't relatable to them.
Yeah, exactly. They couldn't relate to it. So I wanna, put more content up like that.
nah, it definitely
You
makes sense.
actually, you actually talked about in your video that you were about to do soon a quarantine kind of tutorial type of thing. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
So I have put up a tweet saying I'm about to start like a quarantine art class, and I was totally joking, but like everyone like commented and they're like, "Oh my god, you should do it!" Like I would watch and all this stuff, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just give it a try. So hopefully I'll start it if I don't procrastinate. And it'll be about like tattoos, makeup, drawings, paintings, like everything that I have knowledge and artsy. I'll try to put in there. Um, I was thinking of doing like some videos on YouTube and some on live, so I can actually have that encounter with people. But yeah, it'll just be like everything that I personally know, and just try to put it in there.
Honestly, that's great because at the end of the day, it's kind of like going back to what you said previously. At the end of the day, you're giving back. And I think that that's wonderful because you're looking out for your own fans, but you're also building your fan base at the same time because word is gonna spread. So
Right.
I was gonna also kind of go back real quick. I was gonna ask you you ever thought since you've traveled to LA and other places like Miami, have you ever thought about well 2020 is officially canceled, so you can forget about that. But have you ever thought about like hitting up like the South by Southwest, the Lollapaloozas, these big festivals, almost kind of like having almost like set up a pool, to gain more fans, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I actually never thought about that. Like now that you're saying it, that's actually a great idea. Because I have business cards, and what I would do like before all of this coronavirus shit happened. Basically, like when my boyfriend would do Uber Eats, he would put my business card inside of like, the order.
Oh, that's smart.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah, that's how we would do it. Cards. Because if you try to stand like in the corner and hand out to people, they're not gonna look at it. They're just gonna crumble it up, throw it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I've done that, so I know we're gonna do that. So we just did that, or like if I have a customer come in, I'll just give them that. But I never actually thought about going to like these, like parades and
Big
stuff
festivals,
like that. Yeah, I never thought about that, but that's actually a great idea. Thanks.
I got you.
So tell us a little more about your life as a makeup artist. Because we've seen your work with cosmetics and SFX makeup, and it's really good. So how does that kind of tie in with the tattoo stuff?
So I started doing makeup, like I said, in high school. After I left college, I decided to pursue it a bit more. I learned how to do most of the things that I know by myself, but I had went to a makeup school to get like my certificate.
Nice.
And to be honest, I feel like that was a waste of time and money because like everything that they taught me, I already knew, and they were teaching us with YouTube videos. I could have done
really.
That. Yeah. And
Well, that's
it was
OD.
so much money. I think it was like $6,000 or something like that.
Sheesh.
Yeah. And I just feel like I could have done that by myself because I didn't really need a certificate because every time I did makeup, I would do it in my mom's shop. She owns a barbershop. So it's like a nail salon, a barbershop. They do hair and stuff. So I
Okay.
just had like a little corner and I would do makeup there. So it wasn't really necessary, but we just wanted to get it. But I learned to do like special effects by myself, like on YouTube and stuff like that. And I just been, practicing ever since. The only thing is like now it's kind of slow because I do tattoos. I'm focusing more on tattoos.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause, like I said before, makeup wasn't something I really wanted to do. Like eventually I
Okay.
did it and fell in love with it, but it's still not something that I really want to pursue. Like I would much rather do tattoos. It's just a bit more. It's something I can control more.
Right.
It's more. What's the word?
Error free, maybe.
I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, so right now makeup is slow. Like I still do it, but because I'm focusing more on something else, I don't really put my time and effort into like promoting it as much. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
I mean, I know that you need a tattoo license to obviously tattoo in New York or anywhere, but you said it best. Did you need that certificate though? Or was it just something that you wanted?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it was something that we wanted. Like it wasn't really
Okay.
necessary because
Okay.
like I could have done it with like it's just like a little piece of paper that I really didn't need
To make you feel good.
Yeah, it was just
Okay.
all the time. Like now that I think back, like I really didn't need to go over there.
Is it hard for you to juggle more than one occupation though?
To be honest, I think yes. Because sometimes I go through this like phase where like I really want to pursue something, and then like I see that I'm talented in something else, and I'm like, okay, maybe I could do this instead of this. So I really like focus into one thing at a time, which is like it's cool but also bad because I could be doing everything at once. But I'm more of like I like to focus on one thing, put my time and effort into one thing, and like maybe if I finish that, then I can go back or do something else.
Right.
But yeah, I've just always been like that. I can't like do multiple things.
I mean, you're nice with it because I see that you do makeup, you do tattoo, and I was just on your Instagram and you were cutting your boyfriend's hair, so I was like, bro, she does everything.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
Like, that was amazing.
Like that was just like I really wanted to do it. Like I was like, no, I want to cut your hair. Like he didn't want to let me, and I was like, no, you're gonna let me. And then after I cut his hair, my grandma, she has like foster kids that she's not foster kids, they're already adopted, but she had me cutting all their hairs, and now they're like being a barber in my house. Like
Oh, that's crazy.
To you and her.
Yeah. Did you get any DMs or any calls like asking for house calls for haircut appointments?
No.
Okay. Nah, cause listen, these are desperate times right now. Everyone's looking for everyone's tired of not getting haircuts.
Bro, I need a shape up and a tape up badly. Like you have no idea.
I mean, if I could I'm trying to do it myself, but I don't know. I'm scared.
I got you.
Scared too. That's the problem. I would do it too. Like when I a couple years ago, I was like, if you guys knew how much money I spent on like haircuts, I remember at one point a couple years ago, I would go like 3 times a week just to look clean.
3 times a week.
3 times a week, bro. It was like that was like 6 years ago about. And then I kind of like kept growing up, kept maturing, and I was like, I don't need to do this shit. Like one is good enough. Like like you're good.
Your barber must have loved you.
OD, you have no idea. So it's nice that you know how to do that. You have more than one skill because we're in college, but we at the end of the day, that piece of paper is not going to guarantee the job. You know what I mean? And what we're pursuing is like in media, we're in digital media. So what we're doing right now is building that platform to kind of like expand hopefully in the future. And when we look at it, sometimes we think, me and Mateo are always thinking like, did we really need this shit? You know what I mean? So it's all relatable. I know what you mean. Like you got our support. We totally fuck with you, OD.
And I like relating back to what you said, like the piece of paper doesn't guarantee you a job. I feel like a lot of times, like everyone goes to college to please their family, and sometimes you just have to please yourself. Like I was only going to college because my mom and everyone was like, "You're like the first grandchild, you have to do it," and like I did it, and I'm just there waking up every day, going to college, hating everything,
Miserable.
everyone.
Yeah.
Like,
Right?
like this is not what I want to do. Like I could be so much more happier. Like, and when I dropped out, like that was held against me like forever. Like everything I did was like, you should have been to college. Like what you talk about? Like I can't use the bathroom.
Um,
Now it's like now they support me. Yeah, but
okay.
when like I had to like do my own thing, it was a struggle because I had to deal with the fact that now I have to look for a talent that's gonna actually make me successful, and also deal with the fact that my family is currently mad at me. So it sucks. But
Yeah. Well, I guess it's good that now they kind of understand and they kind of like see how everything's kind of coming up and they kind of support you now with all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
honestly, that's growing up Hispanic for the most part.
That's
Your parents, yeah.
yeah. What would you say is the toughest part about being a female business owner in today's generation?
The toughest part I would say is that you get not judged, but like you get compared a lot to men.
Okay.
A lot of times, like I barely do walk-ins because I'm always making sure I'm fully booked because I don't like doing walk-ins anyways because walk-ins are like the most annoying clients ever. But when I first started and I didn't have that much clientele, there was this lady that came in, and the owner of the tattoo shop has said, "Oh, if you want, you can do it with her." And he was like, "Oh, she's a beginner, but she's like nice." And she was like, "Oh, I don't want to do it with a girl, especially if she's a beginner."
Really?
And she was a girl, like.
Nah, well, the beginner part is understandable, but like, nah, like, gender has nothing to do with that.
Hell no, right?
Nah, that's just. How did you react to that? Did you get like, were you upset or did you kind of brush it off?
I didn't really get upset because I understand that people prefer men as the superior sex, and I'm the only girl that works at a tattoo shop. It's only guys, so sometimes it's like I have to stand out more than them. So when she said that, like, I didn't really care.
Right.
Like, I've dealt with people saying worse things about me, so like I really didn't care. But I have to be better than the guys in the shop because I'm the only girl. So I have to do shit that's like gonna stand out.
Right.
Do you keep that chip on your shoulder every time you go into your zone, like when you're tattooing, knowing that you have mostly men around? And knowing that you have to stand out?
Yeah, I always think about it. Every time, like, before I start a tattoo, I'm like, okay, like, I tell myself, like, this is gonna be a good tattoo. This is gonna be a good tattoo. Like, I'm gonna body this because if I think I'm gonna fuck the tattoo up, I would literally not mess it up, but like, I would know that that's a shitty tattoo, and like, I wouldn't post it. Like, and the people will love it, but like, I know I could have done better because I didn't think that like. If I would have thought like, okay, I'm gonna body this, like I'm gonna make it my greatest, it would have came out great. But literally, when I think bad, it won't be my best work. So I always have to carry that on my shoulder, like think, okay, this has to be my best work because I always have to outshine them because I'm a girl and they're a guy, and yeah.
So have you been practicing a lot, like drawing, sketching, maybe like certain tattoos or some maybe ideas in order to get better when we get out of this whole quarantine situation?
Yeah, I've been drawing, preparing like design. So like when we can finally get out of quarantine, I could post it and maybe like get clients through it.
Nice.
That's why I started painting too because like I haven't painted in like forever, and when I was tattooing, I didn't have time to paint even though I wanted to. But now I have plenty of time to do everything, and I'm still bored. But
right.
But
do you make paintings to sell or do you mostly make them just as a kind of like a hobby?
So I do paintings to sell too, but sometimes like I make something and I don't want to sell it. Like,
right.
So like
okay.
to me it's so fire. But a lot of times I do try to sell it, and I've had people like really hate me for the prices that I give it. But painting is not as easy as it looks.
Oh no, absolutely not.
That is hard. I actually had it wasn't like an argument, but it was like this girl, she asked me for a price on Twitter, and I told her the price, and she was like, "Oh, you're tripping. That's like a quarter of my rent." Like mad shit. She was saying,
okay, you could just say no, thank you, and just move on.
Yeah, I ignored her, and then I had put a tweet. I was like, you guys have to understand that, like, art takes time, thought. Like, a lot of, like, I was just, like, saying stuff. And she DM'd me again, and she told me, you could at me, ho. And then she was
Oh
like,
my God, are you serious?
Picasso, and, like, saying crazy stuff. And I'm just like, I never tried to be Picasso. Like, like, at the end of the day, you have to respect artists' craft and
The time and effort.
prices. Like, everyone is gonna, the time and effort. Everyone prices varies different. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be mad at you for what you want to charge. It's your time. You made it.
Mhm.
It was your time. Like, your supplies. Like, I can't get mad at you for that. But I've had people be mad at me for prices for everything, like for makeup, for tattoo, like for everything. I've encountered all those people.
Oh no, of course. I could get it cheaper from somebody else, people and all that. It must be really annoying to deal with. Yeah, I definitely know where you're coming from because yeah.
No, I was gonna say, I don't know
yeah.
if they say that to try to like offend you or just like try to get you to lower your prices for them, but I don't know. It doesn't work on me. You don't pay me what I ask you.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't work on anybody, to be honest. It's kind of rule number one. Now I feel where you're coming from because I have a cousin in Colombia who he's an artist, like that's what he does for a living. Like he'll do like murals and he'll also do I guess like on canvas work, like a lot of cool stuff. I'll send you his Instagram if you want later to check it out. But yeah, like, he'll sell his like each of his paintings for like, let's say like 1,000 a piece or something like that. And people would say, oh yeah, it's overpriced, blah blah blah. You're not Basquiat, you're not Picasso and all that. But like if you see like all the detail and the time and effort it takes to make these paintings, it doesn't happen in 1 week or like 2 weeks. It happens, it takes a very long time for these things to kind of like to do and all that. Right. And again, like everyone has bills to pay and all that. So, it is what it is. Either pay for it or you don't. Like it's that simple.
It's knowing your price, bro. It's knowing what.
Right. You have to,
but before. No, go ahead. Right.
You have to know your worth. Like, there's gonna be people that try to step all over you and tell you like,
absolutely right.
But you have to like still stand up and stand your ground because you're gonna like. I don't understand because it's funny because like those are the same people that they go to like Louis Vuitton and like Gucci. And
exactly.
like, oh, I want this bag, and then they go and spend a rack on it.
Right.
But, like, when it comes to people that actually like are talented and are spending their time making handmade stuff, they don't treat them the same. And it sucks.
Yeah, it's like they'd rather invest and spend their money into like a brand or someone who doesn't even know who they are, over investing into the community or investing into your local artist, your local business, and making the community grow, like in socioeconomics as a whole. So that's kind of sad, to be honest. A lot of people would rather like a Gucci, like you said, like a Gucci bag. They're not going to dispute that. They're not going to say, oh no, I don't need it, it's too much. But someone who's like an up and coming person, who's like a small business owner, like they gotta haggle with them and all that stuff. Like it's kind of corny.
Right. And most of the time, like the people that are making handmade stuff, like for example, I had bought an outfit from this girl, and it was like the simplest outfit, but she handmade it, and it was like $300, and it was fire. And I didn't go up to her like, oh, this is too expensive. Like, no. I wanted it and I paid it. And
exactly.
I'm pretty sure those people would appreciate it way more than these high-end businesses.